The Legend of Mare-Do-Well by JD2K, Chapter 5, The Juggling Act. Pinkie's last dreams were about dancing in a land made entirely of baked goods. The rich smell of cakes, cookies, and muffins were everywhere, and she had to employ a lot of willpower to prevent herself from eating it all in one bite. She then laid her eyes on the biggest muffin she ever saw, and her willpower burst as she pounced on it like a hungry manticore. The second she bit it was when she woke up and realized she was biting a pillow. Spitting out along with several feathers, she sniffed the air and feels the aroma of muffins she hasn't left her since the dream. She looks at the foot of the bed and sees a tray with two freshly made muffins there. Her pupils dilate with delight as she leans forward and scarfs down the muffins with due speed. Upon wiping the crumbs from her mouth, she realized there was only one way those muffins were there. After taking a soothing soak in the tub and combing her mane before poofing back up, she turned downstairs. Sugar Cube Corner had plenty of customers already at this time. She was fortunate that some of the police officers currently ordering some confectionaries were not at the party last night, and even then they would never hold it against her. However, the real treat for her was right behind the counter, where she saw Mr. and Mrs. Cake hard at work. The baker couple worked in tandem as they moved from the kitchen to make and carry both recently baked orders and handed them down to their waiting customers. They stopped, however, when they noticed the bright smile of Pinkie as she hopped down the stairs and gave them a big hug. Pinkie Pie, it's good to see you again, dearie. Oh, we were so worried when you left Vinny without telling us. Oh, I know you didn't want to worry us, but let us know if there's anything we could do, please. The stout blue mare said with a smile. You bet, Mrs. Kink, Pinkie replied with glee. Then she looked around and saw Bunt was around. Where's Bunt Kink? I want to thank her for cleaning up yesterday. Oh, and why is she here? If I knew she was coming, I would play the party. Oh, Bunt's been helping us for the last 2 weeks or so, running our 24-hour workday. We work during the mornings and afternoons, and she takes all the night shift, Mr. Cake explained, as he lifted and balanced a tray of muffins on his head. Pinkie Pie looked alarmed. Wait a sec. You mean Bunt works all night, all by herself? She does, indeed. Oh, yes, we've had to teach all the forms of techniques we taught you, Mrs. Cake said, while carrying a coffee pot with her teeth to serve the police police. And well, you've been having these strange absences of late, so I figure we can use her as a secondary apprentice. She asked as she set the pot down. Oh yeah, my absences, Pinkie replied with nervousness. Mr. Cake rubbed a hoof against his chin and added, Bunt is sleeping in our room at the moment, since we thought it was unjust to have her sleep in yours during your time off. Now that you're here, we want to tell you that since we want her to stay permanently as the nighttime shift baker, it would be best to have her share your room with her, and have yourself a roommate upstairs. Pinkie Pie closed her eyes, and nodded with agreement, until her eyes shot open and her pupils shrunk. Sweat started to pour out her forehead, and teeth gnashed together in worry. A roommate upstairs? Oh no, 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 no. This is bad. This is beyond bad. This is worse. This is worse and worse. It's super horrific, mind-raising, bursting and worse. How can I spend Ponyville with some party in my room? Hi, Bud. Say, can you look at the other way while I get Justice Mare-Do-Well? Gotta go fight crime. No, this is not good. Like that time I ate cornbread and those leftover crates and the pineapple and cake and the big beds. Gotta thank Pinkie. Her tail stood upon end as an imaginary ting. I got it! She doesn't need to stay anymore now that Pinkie Pie's here. I can take care of the night shift. Easy peasy! Steve finally said with a grin, only for her to turn nervous, as he tried to figure out where did that thought come from. Pinkie, are you sure about that, dear? Mrs. Cake questioned her. I mean, you are our apprentice and #1 party pilot out of Ponyville. It doesn't seem fair that you should take the night shift. Oh, Shaw, Mrs. Cake. Don't worry about it. This'll be a piece of cake, or pie, or pizza even. Pinkie answered with a lick on her lips. Yummy. Well, we're not the types to say no, Pinkie. But sure, you can take the night shift starting tonight, Mr. Cake replied with a smile, only for it to fade as he rubbed his hoof against his chin once more. We'll need someone for the day shift, since it would be kind of bad for you to be working all night. I guess we'll still need Bunt for that. Pinkie whirled her head around to see him and snapped, "No!" She then gasps and clears her throat and says, don't worry. I'll take both shifts. Day shift and night shift. I got tons of energy to burn. I'm Pinkie Pie." The two cakes looked at each other, then back to Pinkie, with worried frowns. Pinkie responded by giving them the biggest eyes she could ever muster, quivering her lips as she placed her foreheads together in a pleading formation. Sighing and smiling, they nodded. "Well, Pinkie, you convinced us. We'll tell Bud that you can go back to Martindale today, and you can take her over for a night shift from now on," Mr. Cake replied. Pinkie let out a content sigh. She was that close to having her cover blown. It wouldn't be a problem. She could balance parties, baking, being the 24-hour server, and Mare-Do-Well crime fighting with no worries. However, first things first, she had to locate Gummy and talk with Twilight about the new police department and how it came about. "If I can have a tiny little favor, that's okay," she told him. "Do you know where Gummy is? I miss him so much. And, can I go have a little visit to the library? I want to thank Twilight for being such a wonderful super friend to me, for telling me where I was." Mr. Cake arched his brow. "Didn't you tell Fluttershy to come pick Gummy up and have him stay over at your cottage while you were gone?" "I did?" Pinkie asked incredulously, only to dissolve it to a quick smile. "Oh, yeah, I did! Silly Pinkie. All that fun and funny, and you forgot you told Fluttershy to take care of Gummy. I'll go to her now. I sent the Twilights." She ended with a nervous laugh that worried her employers. "Don't be late, dearie. We want to prepare you for the night shift when you get back," Mrs. Cake said, as she and her husband left her to take care of the customers. Pinkie Pie nodded and walked out of the sugar cube corner, and up the Fluttershy's cottage. When she left, Mrs. Cake wondered about loud to her mate. "All this for a few extra bits. A message she's probably saving up for a dowry." They both looked at each other and laughed while shaking their heads. "Ugh! All these books aren't just away!" Twilight Sparkle moaned aloud as mountains of books were everywhere in the library except shelves. "Well, you've never let it get this bad before. Never!" Spike shook his head as he picked up a stack of books and placed next to the front door. "Well, if you could only remember to put them on the shelves after you're done with them, instead of leaving them on the floor after you study, things would be much easier," he answered with a hint of noise. "Well, don't worry. I tend to have a good day, especially dedicated solely for inventory and reselling the books in their proper order," she replied as she tapped a half-written scroll on her lectern. "I've been practicing a new spell I learned to manipulate hundreds of small items. That'll be very useful for when that happens." Spike nodded in response. "Hopefully you can be done before my birthday. It's coming real soon, and I got a great gift for my CEO!" Without a moment to react, Spike was thrown up in the air by the impact of the front door opening without warning, as all the books he was carrying went flying in all directions. Twilight gasped as she immediately used her purplish-red magic aura to stop and set the books down, and plain see a pillow on the spot Spike could land. Looking up, the purple unicorn saw the pasted form of Pinkie Pie, stand there with her pet Gummy hanging on tail. Twilight smiled in joy at seeing her friend up and about, and since her recovery period at Sakura's hut. "Pinkie, you're back! Oh, I'm so glad to see you, and—" Pinkie immediately interrupted. "Hi, Twilight! Hi, Spike! Well, it's been over 3 weeks. 3 whole weeks. That's like nearly 21 days, nearly a month. So much else to see you do. I heard I missed Suicide's birthday, and Mr. Breezy's anniversary, his retirement party for the construction company, and I really have to make it out to all of them. Ooh! I know, maybe I can have all 3 parties at once in the same room, and the cake would be happy anniversary retirement, all you 3. It's so much fun. Not as much fun as that super spectacular housewarming party I did for all those nice ponies working at the police station. I said I could still drink his weight in sarsaparilla, but he has yet to beat me. And oh boy, the Cloud Kicker looks so cute with that uniform on. Oh, and I met also wonderful new ponies too. A Ted Buckler from Philadelphia, Sergeant Trot Fuzz from Tringham, Officer Smokey and Bear down from Cloudsdale, and ooh, Deputy Ted Star from Appaloosa told me Brainbird and Little Strongheart are really opening relations with Appaloosas into Buffalo. Can you believe it? That reminds me, Twilight, when does Ponyville have a police department? With that, excitement turned to serious. "Oh, them," Twilight responded, as she closed the door and put an iron deadbolt on it with her aura. Twilight was aghast at this. Since when did Twilight have a deadbolt on her door? Come to think of it, she finally remembered Carousel Boutique having a deadbolt. Chicken Corner having a set of hooks lowering it to a bar over the entrance. And and even Fluttershy's cottage, with all its locks and deadbolts, had twice as many as before. This happened during the 3 weeks they were gone. I'm sure you recall the trip to Camelot I took before your time off to heal from the surge attack. Princess Celestia wanted to see me with utmost importance, as I was the only link to Ponyville she had, but also because she confided in me as her personal student. What about I tell you, I've only told the other girls to stay out of the elements of harmony. Spike also knows since he was there when the princess summoned us. Twilight explained. Spike then got up from his pillow and gasped. Oh no, no, please don't look at me, Twilight! He yelled as he ran up the stairs and dove under Twilight's bed, shivering in fear. Pinkie got even more worried. Twilight sighed as he levitated a scroll she summoned from a hidden crevice, hidden beneath a bookcase under her bed. She unfurled it in front of Pinkie's eyes, as the Earth Pony darted all around to read everything. The unicorn resumed. Apparently, she received word from a hidden informant she deployed some time ago that the Griffin Syndicate was going to make leeway into expanding their operations here in Ponyville. Pinkie Pie looked up as she arched her brow, trying to remember something. She finally gasped as she did. Wait a sec. Those two stallions that broke into the spawn mentioned something about that meeting with the boss of the Griffin Syndicate. Who are they, Twilight? Twilight looked hesitantly upstairs, as her bed shook more due to Spike's increasing alarm, but continued. The Griffin Syndicate is a powerful and dangerous group whose goal is achieving total rule over Equestria through the various crimes and illegal endeavors. They are also the largest producers and distributors of botagens in all of Equestria and surrounding lands. Pinkie stopped cold at the weird word of botagens. Her father at the rock farm warned her about the dangers of botagens. Extremely deadly plants which cause severe harm to ponies who eat or absorb the essences of them. The least a botanist can do is sicken a pony. The worst? Death. Celestia announced that the penalties pertaining to botagens, from cultivating to selling them, to even using them accidentally, are severe and swift. To have her use her own royal Canterlot voice, looking extremely menacing with the flames of the sun at her back, as she made the decree, shows she was not lying. Botagens are not to be trifled with. This, however, did not stop certain individuals from partaking them, as they believed using botagens in small doses gave a feeling of power and euphoria on one half, and an ego trip and one-upping authority in the princesses on the other. Hence, why some ponies turn to growing, selling, and distributing botagens as a source of quick income. Some botagens are made in their natural state, but there are some that are blends created by scrupulous alchemists who decide to increase the emotional and strength-enhancing effects of natural botagens without toxins involved. This hadn't stopped certain ponies who chose to make more of these blends than prescribed, and ended up sickened for life, or worse, put to pasture as the term is used. Which botagens do they cultivate, Twilight? Pinkie asked with sternness. Twilight looked to the side as she thinks with her eyes closed. From the report I read on their activities, almost all the big ones. Goko weed, Gold mushrooms, Sapilosoons, Bronco horsetails, Pox pollen, and Knight's embrace. Also something called Dash. The absolute worst of the lot, where just the smell of it will sicken the hardest stallion and kill the rest. It's the only botagen where long incarceration periods is the immediate punishment. She kept talking as her eyes remained closed. Pinkie, these aren't your run-of-the-mill lawbreakers. They are a fearsome, merciless, unscrupulous organization who will commit robbery, blackmail, assault, and even the forbidden crime of murder to reach their goals of total conquest. They don't care who their victims are. Peasants, innocents, old stallions and mares, young colts and fillies, and even little foals. No pony is safe from them. Twilight opened her eyes and saw seeing Pinkie's new demeanor. Her face was scowling, and she growled as her snout blasted out loud snorts. The last time she spotted such a look, after her momentary stop to drink some last-minute chocolate milk, after they used the elements of harmony on Discord. But this anger was far more pronounced. Even the enchanted Rainbow Dash, before Twilight worked her magic on her, did so such levels of hatred. The unicorn was stunned, seeing Pinkie's comical demeanor change so suddenly, but chalked it up to hearing about a group dedicated to hurt others for profit. If anything, these were the type of ponies Pinkie would never forgive. She went on. Princess Celestia's informant warned her and Princess Luna that the Syndicate wanted nothing more to do than overthrow their rule and place themselves as the sole governing force in Equestria. But to do that in Canterlot, which is overrun with royal guards, would be a mission doomed to failure. Instead, they will move on to the closest area nearby and plan their strategies on how to overthrow them. The only closest population near Canterlot is here, Ponyville. She therefore ordered the police department to be built here under the excuse to give Ponyville its own law enforcement in case Canterlot was too far away to call upon. No pony knows the truth except the princesses, Spike, the other girls, myself, and now you. At once, the pink pony's rage began to dissipate as he sighed with sorrow. So that's why we have police now. Yesterday I felt excited to be able to work alongside them as Mare-Do-Well. But now knowing the real threat, I don't know if I'll be getting any help. Pinkie, Twilight said as he walked over to her friend. You are a special pony. I told you before that when you chose to stay as Mare-Do-Well, you've got more guts and spirit than any pony else I know. You won't hinder them. In fact, you can go beyond them. Celestia may have ordered them to obey the laws, but you can go where the law can't enter. You can go beyond it. You can bring more ponies to justice with what the police can. They are a force, but you, Mare-Do-Well, is a hero, and she will stay a hero to all of us. With those words of encouragement, Pinkie's sad frown slowly turned to a half smile. A larger one, did a grin, and put on a pure display of joy that made her hug Twilight. Yeah, you're right. I'm a super mare. I could go over, above, beyond, and even hitchhike a few miles about the boundaries of where police can go. Give a syndicate or no give a syndicate. All evil bad ponies will learn not to mess with the mare. Caesar pauses, to only blink once. Do well. Twilight chuckled under her breath, as a friend giggled happily. So how's Bunt? I'm glad that the cakes brought her over to help with the night shift, as they are open all day and night now. The unicorn inquired. The giggle left Pinkie's mouth as he gave a solemn, yet guilty smile. About that, Twilight, you see... Pinkie did explain everything that had happened that morning. Twilight listened to each and every word, with her mouth hung open, finally faced up with an annoying grunt. Pinkie Pie, how could you do this? You can't work at Sugar Cube Corner all day and then plan parties and beat Mare-Do-Well. You're not just biting off more than you can chew. You're going to choke on it, and not even the Heimlich maneuver will save you. Pinkie responded with a giggle snort. Oh, you silly filly. I'm Pinkie Pie. I got energy to burn and spare. I even got everything all played out. I work tonight, take breaks from Mare-Do-Well with my Pinkie sensitivities, return, work until Mr. and Mrs. Cake wake up, take a 3-hour nap, then get back to baking, serving, lather, rinse, repeat, hang out to dry, and repeat. I know what I'm talking about. The problem is, if your brain knows what your mouth is saying, the purple unicorn muttered under her breath. She then protested. But you can't explain to the cakes that maybe Butt could sleep elsewhere that isn't your room? I mean, what would happen if something came and blew the top off a Sugar Cube Corner? You lose your room, your secret chamber, and everything else. Can you visit with the cakes? The cakes are more than my bosses. They're like my second family after my first family. Pinkie exclaimed as she stood close to Twilight. See her eye to eye, so they're only inches separated from touching. I owe them a lot for taking me in. I just can't tell them, nope, and think everything will be hunky-dory. They are getting suspicious about my disappearances. They find out I'm Mare-Do-Well. She was aside, whimpering fear. I'm no longer be their apprentice. And if I'm no longer their apprentice, they'll make me move out. Where will I go? Twilight gave her a comforting smile and says, Don't you worry about that, Pinkie. Me and the girls will probably give you... Her voice stopped as images began to pop into her mind. She see herself tossing and turning in bed as she drilled pillows into her ears, using magic as Pinkie held a dance party in the library. Verity's mane started to curl in many places. The eyes twisted nervously as Pinkie plays messily and raucous games with Sweetie Belle inside Carousel Boutique. Of course, started running around ragged, keeping all her animals and her cottons under control, as Pinkie hopped everywhere trying to play with them all. Rainbow Dad's becoming increasingly annoyed as he flew Pinkie up and down from her cloud abode to bring up and down many different errands the Pink and Pony decided to do at inopportune times. Alzak and the rest of her family watching in horror as Pinkie used all Seattle acres as a raucous concert zone, while all the attendants decimated the landscape. All those thoughts clouded immediately burst, and Twilight looked at Pinkie with a sheepish grin. I'm sure Mr. and Mrs. Cake are pretty reasonable ponies. Just sit down and talk to them. They'll understand. She said with a nervous chuckle, as she tried to keep those crazy thoughts she had a few moments ago out of her head. Pinkie groaned angrily. You don't get it. None of you get it. Not you. She pointed up at the bed. Not him. She pointed at Gummy, busy chasing his tail. Not even him. She finally pointed at the horned unicorn paws on the table. It's certainly not that. Lowering her tail so Gummy can lights on again. She trotted off in a huff, blinking for a few seconds. Twilight wondered why she had that outburst. Was her job, both of them, really that important to her? So I peeked out under her bed. Are you going to talk more about that nasty syndicate? The unicorn sighed. No, Spike. I'm more worried about Pinkie. I hope she'll be alright. I say, that was quite a sticky wicket we were all over that festival soiree yesterday. Would you look clear? I started to try and fuzz mused, so he twirled the end of his mustache. Right. Sods, I can't believe how bad Dr. 20% of our business went for it. If it wasn't for Pinkie Pie being responsible for the party, that we really had lots of fun, I'd be steamed. A branded gold-hued earth pony was for officer, with 3 whistles as a cutie mark, answered. Quite. The taunting of my aunts offered back. I do agree I had a jolly good time, and I do hope I get invited to one of those shindigs he prepares, once I'm off duty. Eh, Constable Gold Whistler? I believe we use the term officer in Ponyville, sausage. Gold Whistler corrected. He then spied a sugar cube corner to his lips, and licked his lips. Since we are in this sector, why don't we grab a donut and a scone for you and for Butt Cake? We can't patrol on an empty stomach. Trot smiled and nodded. You've read my mind, officer. Let's send it off then. Gold Whistler and his immediate superior entered the bakery and sat down at the table. They were just about to greet Butt Cake when a pink form popped out from the side, causing them to rear back in surprise. Look at you go again. Pinkie agreed, with her usual pep, as he wore a small side cap and an apron with the image of Gingerbread House Bakery and its fanciful name in frame. Pinkie? Gold Whistler asked incredulously, only to clear his throat and change its tone. I mean, Miss Pie. Where are the whereabouts of Miss Butt Cake? We asked for the services of the establishment. Pinkie giggled once more as he bit his cheek. Aww, aren't you cute trying to act all big and tough and Goldie? The big officer tried his hardest not to blush. It was too late, as Tot Fudge chuckled. Oh, Goldie, is it? I say, there appears to be some hidden skeletons in the closet with you that I have yet to hear about, the sergeant said. Pinkie stopped pinching Gold Whistler's cheek as he turned to face Trot Foss. Oh, yeah, like that one time when he was a little culty. He had such a special talent that no pony else had. Gold Whistler began to grow nervous. Pinkie, I don't think Sarge needs to know about that. Trot Foss, however, had none of that. You don't say, Miss Pinkie. Do carry on. Fine. He decided to enter the school talent contest and show everyone that talent. First, he's decided to whistle the equestrian anthem, and everyone stopped their host loudly in that rendition. That's why he has those whistle cutie marks. The officer's forehead turned to sweat. You know, Pinkie, why don't you fight Butt Cake so she can take the order? Is that all? Why, I see nothing amiss with that, and no reason for you to be nervous, at least says I. The Tri-Hand responded, with a shrug of his shoulders. Gold Whistler breathed a sigh of relief, hoping that got the sergeant from prying further. But that was the first act. Your second one was the best, Pinkie added, with a renewed both Trot and Fuzz's eager attention, and Gold Whistler's sweat drops. He went up to the microphone. Don't do it, Pinkie. Oh, you're his throat. I'm begging you, Pinkie, don't say it. Open his mouth. Pinkie Pie, stop for Celestia's sake. He bounced out the entire anthem again. Every single last note and lyric. It was so much fun. Gold Whistler let out a wailful "No!" as Trot Fuzz laughed long and loudly. The Earth Pony hung his head down as his face became beet red. His superior wiped a tear from his eye as his laughter ceased. I do enjoy a smashing out the dope like that. Really, I do. Trot Fuzz said as he regained composure. Now then, on the fun side, is young Miss Butt Cake available? We need her to take an order, and she knows how you so.
2 honey glazed donuts with extra syrup, a tomato basil on the butter, a coffee with a dash of cream and 2 sugar cubes, a caramel tea with a spoonful of honey, and 9 twists coming right up.
Pinkie said as she zoomed off into the kitchen. Both Trot Fuzz and Gold Whistler stood there with their mouths open wide, only for the Pink Pony to return with a tray holding their order in her mouth. Setting the tray down in front of them, she smiled and said,
"Here's your order. Leave a nice tip for your super awesome server."
With that, she zoomed off to take the next orders. Pinkie was lucky tonight was quite slow, what with being the end of the weekend, and Pony's getting ready to work tomorrow. The only stable customers she had seen were the assortment of police ponies, who by now were less sour in mood due to knowing that Pinkie is not solely responsible for their reduced pay. Either way, Pinkie found chatting with the officers interesting, but it was when her turn to talk. Most officers regretted listening to one of her usual spiels, which can last up to an hour or more. All of a sudden, Pinkie had a brief body spasm go through her back as the jolt of electricity go through it. She then turned to her side and frowned slightly. Before any police officer could ask her what happened, she turned to everyone and said with a smile,
I need to go to the village room. I'll be right back soon. So if you finish, please leave your bits just on the table. Bye!
With that, she zoomed up the stairs. Before the officers present could wonder about Pinkie's sudden departure, each and every solar receiver came to life, filling Circuit Cube corner with a noise of static. Attention all units! Attention all units! The police dispatcher announced to the receivers. All available units concerned to Sector 143 Alpha. Hostage situation in progress. Since all available units. Repeat, all available units. Over and out. With this announcement, all the officers got up, placed their bits on the table, and stampeded out toward the source of the disturbance. A shouting formed and made her way downstairs, without making a single sound. A single dark blue Ben's hoof softly closed the front door, locked it tight, put up a close sign for all to see. Nodding once with a flip of her cake, Mare-Do-Well was finally ready. It was time for action.
And then Mare-Do-Well slipped down from the roof, landing right at the festive stallion that grabbed me, and knocked him out. And then he said there's a tooth in there.
Twist announced with glee, and the next morning, as she, Snails, and the Cutie Marker Crusaders passed in front of Sugar Corner on their way to school.
Well, wait, that's a some story, please. Wait, Mare-Do-Well, sitting here now.
Everbloom added with wonder. Well, she's not really that super. Is she responsible for me eating Brussels sprouts until next season?
You brought that on yourself. It's Nips, too. Can't believe you still thought the treasure was hidden on old Nanner's house after she saved both of you.
Skulu shot back.
Yeah, that's, not right, Sleepbell added. You should know Mare-Do-Well is a great hero for every pony. Did I? Hear someone talk about Mare-Do-Well?
A voice above them said with a hint of sleepiness. Before Phyllis, a young colt looked up to see Pinkie Pie in her server uniform there. However, her cap was slightly askew on her head. The mane was slightly missing. This is Pinkie Pie we're talking about. I have a brushable of her. I let her mane go out of control. Because that's who she is. How can you tell if her mane was more messy? And the apron was wrinkled. Her eyes didn't fare any better, as they began to have slight bags beneath them.
Really, Blinky? Gosh, why are you awake so early?
Asked the bow wearing earth feeling.
Awake early? Nuh-uh. I'm just finishing the night shift. Just waiting for Mr. and Mrs. Can't to wake up. And then take a 3-hour nap so I can get back to work in the day shift and night shift again.
Pinkie said with a slight smile.
You mean you're working all day and night? That's awesome!
Pegasus really complimented.
But isn't it bad to stay awake all night?
Direct Curly Millie Felix asked.
Getting enough sleep is very important. That's what my dad told me.
Wow, this is a shocker, by the way. Twist actually popping up in a main story.
Don't you worry your little heads off, girls. I'm perfectly... fine.
Pinkie managed to utter. before she nodded off to sleep standing up. The school ponies looked at each other in confusion and decided to leave her be.
Hi, pie guy.
A voice called out to no avail as the pink-haired pony remained sleeping on her feet. Pinkie! The voice roared louder. She still didn't wake up. Pinkie Pie! The voice yelled, causing the pink mare to jump up in the air, eyes open wide, shocked.
Ah! The things I started genius sound measuring a man perfect, Papa.
She immediately said as she stood at attention. Huh? What are you talking about? Pinkie shook her head a few times and looked to her side to see Rainbow Dash stand there. The Cyan Pegasus was tapping one of her hind hooves impatiently. So, you're finally back, huh? Heard the latest stuff you did from Hotshot on my way here. You did an awesome job saving Twisted our folks, she complimented. Pinkie yawned and smacked her lips together.
Oh, hi, Dassy. Thanks a bunch. Why are you here?
The mayor orders the weather team to gather some clouds from the west for a scheduled showers this afternoon. So I figured I'd get my daily fix of some coffee. Thought I'd see Bug Cake, but I'd find you here. What happened to her? Pinkie explained, just like she did with Twilight, and just like the unicorn reacted, Rainbow also faced off. You dummy! You just can't be the server for both shifts, playing parties and being Mare-Do-Well at the same time, she snapped at her. I know you've done some pretty dumb stuff in the past, but this takes the cake!
Oh, what? Someone baking a cake? Where to? Is there a party? Let me get the cannon.
Pinkie mumbled. She looked around her surroundings. Her eyes glazed over, frozen into her sleep cycle. Rainbow Dash let off an annoyed grunt. Just serve me some coffee so I can get to work, okay?
Okay, okay.
Before Pinkie could walk towards the coffee pot, she fell asleep once more on her feet. By now, the Pegasus had enough of her. Pinkie! She snapped fiercely at her.
Looking!
The potty pony finally said with a start. She approached the coffee pot, carefully taking her teeth. She wobbled a tad before dropping back on the table, letting a slightly miffed grumble. Pinkie grabbed the pot in her teeth and poured the coffee in a cup nearby. However, she poured too much, and the cup overflowed. It tipped over its contents just inches from Dash's left forehoof. Monkey-colored paint Pegasus looked warily at this. Finally said with nervous standard, You know, I don't really feel like drinking the coffee just a sec. I'll just come back later when the cakes arrive. See ya, Pink! With that, she zoomed off and never looked back. Pinkie Pie noticed the spill she caused and let out a forlorn sigh. Finding a rag nearby, she lets it drop on the floor and soaks the brown liquid. She placed her hoof down on a wet rag, only to shoot back in pain at how hot the spill is. Growling, she draws more rags to absorb the heat and starts scrubbing the coffee with more force. She was so focused on the spill that she didn't hear the door open. Pinkie Pie! A sleep voice called out. Pinkie turned around and snapped. What? She did gasp as she realized she just sniped Mr. Cake. His eyes were wide open in surprise. Her husband was behind her, equally flabbergasted.
Oh no, Mrs. King, I'm so sorry. Oh.
Pinkie fumbled around for the words until she looked down worried. Relax, dearie. I can tell you had a rough night and morning, the robust mare replied, as she placed her snout over Pinkie's back in a comfort hug. Just get some sleep right now, and come back when you feel better.
No, I can't sleep. How will you handle all the baking? You'll always need me around to help you. I can't go to sleep yet,
she protested. Mr. King shook his head and answered, Nothing doing, Pinkie. Grab some sleep right now. Go on. I'll take it from here. Pinkie bit her lip as her eyes wanted the warm smiles and then upstairs to her waiting bed. She finally replied sullenly,
All right.
With that, she stumbled upstairs, catching a glimpse as she finished cleaning up her coffee spill before heading into the kitchen. She didn't even make it to her bed when she finally slumped down and took a well-deserved nap. With a loud snort, Pinkie shot back up and saw the sun at a different position in the sky. Looking up at her clock, she noticed she slept for 3 hours on the mark, exactly the amount she wanted. Nevertheless, her subconscious demanded more sleep, as her body felt weak for the first time in her spunky life. Shaking her head a few times, she was realizing it was either that, or having Bunt as a roommate, kissing her days as Mare-Do-Well goodbye forever. her resolve reinforced. She went to her bath and turned the cold water full blast before jumping in. Ponyville wasn't ready for one of the loudest shrieks ever heard, as it even reached Canterlot with its decibel level. Suddenly, several police ponies burst in through the bathroom door, and Pinkie screamed with less magnitude as she covered up with her towel.
Have you ponies heard of privacy?
She said, very annoyed. Pinkie, you don't normally wear clothes. One of the male officers quickly ducked away while blushing. Level on the mayor's forehead, she said, "We're sorry, Miss Pinkie, but we heard the loud scream and
you're all spying on me. Now, if you excuse me, I'll take my bath now."
She snapped as she pushed him outside the bathroom, slammed the door on him. The officers could only mutter as they all headed back downstairs to resume eating and drinking their orders. After finishing the cold water bubble bath, Pinkie faced the mirror and saw her straight mane looking back.
"Okay, now, get poofy. You got a long day ahead of you."
She smiled as her mane and tail became its usual poofy selves. She smiled ear from ear. However, her eyelids began to close. Frazzled mane began to revert back to the straight type as the smile vanished from her lips.
"You brought this upon yourself, you know,"
Pinkie gasped. Did her reflection actually talk back to her?
"Oh, I know. I was such a stupid, silly filly. Why did I even agree to take 2 shifts?"
Her friends rolled her eyes.
"Oh, let's see. 1, you didn't want Bunt Cake to learn you were Mare-Do-Well. B, it would make it even harder for you to plan entrances and exits if he was here during the day shifts. Finally, number Z, I just love your starting hallucinations for not sleeping enough. That little twist is a smart cookie after all." "We can't let her get dunked in milk. She got wet, not soft."
Pinkie giggled, only to turn down again.
"Anyway, Miss Pie, you made your bed, now sleep in it." "Bed, sleep, someone to sleep."
Her eyelids became heavy once more as she started to doze off. One loud snort and she was again alert, seeing her reflection back to normal. Channeling all her inner joy, her mane and tail again went puffy and she was ready. She placed the cap and apron back on and headed downstairs for another work shift.
"I don't know, Shady,"
Nora's unicorn muttered as she held a candelabra with her magic, trying to keep some illumination steady. As the indigo earth pony, wearing a block of file, worked the dial on a well-worn safe, hidden behind a simple painting of Rarity and her family, at a younger age, with her as a filly and Fleabell's newborn foal.
Ponyville's got its own police department now. You really think this is a good idea?"
Shut it, Citrus Squeeze. Just keep an eye on me, and I'll have this old thing open in no time. He snapped back, with a soft voice, as he kept his ear to the side of the safe, listening to the clicks inside. The curvy spiked painted unicorn looked uneasy at her sides, while maintaining the candelabra up high. She finally heard a chuckle from the partner as the safe opened up. "Score!" whispered enthusiasm, as he beckoned her to move the console closer, as he knew for the various objects inside. "Now to find that sunstar the precious unicorn must keep in there."
"Shady, hurry up. I got a bad feeling,"
Citrus Squeeze pleaded. "Give me a sec." Shady talked back, only for him to let out a soft whoop of joy as he saw a circular orange gemstones with multiple spikes growing naturally from it, making it look like a small stud. "Here it is! We're gonna be rich!"
"Swell,"
the orange unicorn smiled, only for it to shrink away. "Now can we get out of here?" Shady shrugged as he grabbed the sunstar and dumped it into his saddlebag. "Okay, you cry fool. Let's get out of here." Slowly walked to the entrance as Citrus closed the safe door, replaced the painting, and put the candelabra back on the table where she found it. The two had been staking out Carousel Boutique for weeks, seeing all the different jewels the fashion designer kept around, were surprised to see a rare sunstar among her wares. That jewel was worth exactly £100 of pure nice embrace, and would sell for even more once the Manhattan Carolina leaked. It was only a matter of time before they were going to pull off the heist. Early that evening, they found the unicorn locked all her doors tightly, making them impossible to breach, and her windows were magically reinforced with glass that would never shatter from the outside. Their solution came from climbing to the second floor of the carousel structure, and entering through one of the windows up where it wasn't reinforced. When they finally got inside, however, they didn't expect the proprietor to have a cat around the premises. was pounced on them with a screech. Citrus squeezed used her magic to grab the ferocious feline, throw her into a closet filled with fabrics that softened her landing, and closed it behind her. Even with all the angry yowling and scratching, the door held on, and the designer was still asleep. It took some work to find the wall safe hidden behind a painting, and he went to work, finding the safe's combination, stealing the Sunstar, quickly making their exit through the doors, now that the unlocked to escape were the easiest part of the job. After eyeing no pony around, they quickly broke off into a sprint as they left Carousel Boutique far behind. The way became problematic, however, as Sadie and Citrus saw several police officers milling about the marketplace area near the bakery.
What do we do now? We can't just go through them. They'll catch us!
Citrus whimpered as he scooted back in fear. The Indigo Colt snarled under his breath and shouted, "Stop acting like a fool! They patrol the ground, then we'll take the high road. There!" He spots a hay cart, which gets up and maneuvers to the rooftops. Citrus lets out a soft cry, before doing the same, and JD up top as they resumed their run. Before they could go any further, a figure looked out of the shadows and landed in front of them. They screeched a halt as they realized they were standing in front of the mysterious Mare-Do-Well, light blue eyes shining with a frown. Citrus shrieked as she was consumed by fear at the sight of her.
"It's her! Oh, we're finished, Sadie! Finished! Just give her that Sunstar and let's run before she catches us!"
"Will you shut up?" Shady shouted at his companion. "Supermare or not?" No, that was last year." "She's still a pony. She won't beat us. You want the Sunstar Mare-Do-Well? Then come and get it." Shady then bumped Citrus hard, causing her to move towards the plank-like extension in front of the house's roof, and promptly fell down. She climbed on the edge of the plank with her front hooves before she could fall completely, but she knew she would not hold out long. As soon as she let go, the drop to the ground was going to be hard, as she might be seriously injured. The cowardly Shady then smirked as he ran off. Mare-Do-Well was faced with a choice. Go after the thief, who more than likely has something of value in his bag, but leave the unicorn to fall and receive some nasty injuries, or continue to rescue the accomplice, but allow the coward earth pony to get away. She looked in the direction Sadie was fleeing, then down to where Citrus squealed, whimpered as she began to lose her grip on the roof's edge. The vigilante realized what she had to do, and watched to the front of the facade where the unicorn was hanging by the plank. Turning herself around, she placed her cape near the Citrus's head, when she grabbed onto the roof. Mare-Do-Well motioned for her to grab the cape. Citrus whimpered and shook her head in fear. The heroine stopped her front hoof once in anger, as she scowled even harder. Citrus closed her eyes for a few seconds, until she opened her mouth and clamped down on the cape and let go of the roof. All of her weight was soon transferred onto holding onto the dark blue cloth. Mare-Do-Well felt a tremendous force pulling back on her cape. Holding all that weight by her cape caused her slight strangulation, but her spirit willing to save the accomplice was strong. To her luck, the cape was far stronger than the one she had before. Rarity told her the other evening that she reinforced the cloth of the bodysuit with cape with a secret blend of liquids made from evergreen plants. Sakura recommended to further strengthen the fabric and prevent it from tearing it as easily as it did after the strange attack and the dry house falling on her. Therefore, such a spite did little to tear the cape as Mare-Do-Well began to slowly back up to the roof, pulling the frightened unicorn away from the empty air and back onto the solid area. Her neck was a tad sore from the weight she had to pull, but at least she rescued the unicorn.
"Oh, thank you, Mare-Do-Well. Thank you, thank you! I don't care if they toss me in jail. I'd rather serve my time and be a good pony in the community after this."
She wept as she hugged Mare-Do-Well's hoof. She then wiped tears away and said,
"I'll go turn myself in. But you must catch Sadie. You must pay!"
Mare-Do-Well didn't say a word, as Citrus found a safe way down the roof and went straight to the nearest officer. They began to talk, and the police ponies looked in the direction of Carousel Boutique. They quickly had her lie down as they snapped on the restraints on her and led her away to the station jail. Nodding relief as she kept her word, the vigilante knew she had a lot of ground to cover and cast the poltron pony thief. As she kept running from rooftop to rooftop, she felt her energy start to give out as her eyesight became blurry. It had been 4 days since the moment she chose to take dual shifts, and it's taken its toll on her. She found it harder and harder to stay focused, and found herself speaking non-sequiturs. Noticed her lack of coordination and balance, as she dropped more and more baked trays than before. Realized it was difficult now to remember all the parties he had planned. She recalled earlier that day, when she prepared a house with balloons, games, streamers, and a charming cake for a Philly's birthday party, only to learn that she was actually hosting a full shouter. Imagine her chagrin, being dressed up as a clown among all the other grown-up mares, with one expecting a future newborn. The face of this snafu came up out of her own pocket, and it made her even more surly than usual. The fact that a spineless pony like Shady sacrificed its own accomplice to get away was the last straw. She fast approached another gap between rooftops, and was ready to jump it, only for her eyes to only register her double. Shaking her head and narrowing her gaze closer, she tried to refocus on the two landing spots to rooftops until they were once again. She looked at a grand leap, and instead of landing on the next roof, she missed it by a few inches and managed to grab onto her hooves. She was now in the exact same predicament as Sister Screes was earlier. Looking for her, a hay bale was placed beneath her, allowing her to let go and land with a soft thud in the hay. Picking herself up, she suddenly cursed herself for allowing Sadie to get away. Now all she hoped for was the incarcerated accomplice to come fast, and point to the place where they were heading out. She was done fighting for justice that evening. It was time to head back to serving at Shukuku Corner. She hoped she would not mess up another order again, or things would get bad for her. Rarity bawled her eyes out as she, Twilight Sparkle, Applejack, and Fluttershy made their way to Shukuku Corner that evening to see how Pinkie was doing. As always, Rainbow Dash flew overhead at a slow, steady pace to keep up with their walking speed. A whole week had passed since she was robbed, and her rare Sunstar, a once-in-a-lifetime treasure she found buried while hunting for gems a year before Twilight arrived at Ponyville, was stolen. To make matters worse, all her wonderful fabrics and cloths she had stored away in a particular closet were scrunched up beyond proper use, after the thieves locked up the lessons inside. She tore them all out in her fury to get out. Verity hadn't stopped crying since.
And the sunstone was so rare. I was tempted to make a dress for the gala with it was a centerpiece, but I knew it would end up getting stolen.
She cried out. Applejack rolled her eyes at this. Well, I heard you already, Rarity. Land sakes! Police are doing everything they can to find it. So quit crying like a spoiled shellmare. Rainbow Dash added in a huff.
Well, if a certain sub-pony vigilante we all know would be getting a good night's sleep instead of worrying so crazy, see, I'd see us that thing a thing or two.
Twilight looked up with a cross look.
Rainbow, stop it.
It's not completely Pinkie Pie's fault. She just worries if Bunk Cake was still around, she's still Sarah upstairs with her, won't be able to come Mare-Do-Well anymore. The orange farm pony turned to face her. Nothing doing, Sugar Cube. This is all Pinkie's doing. I heard all from Thais. We both agreed that Pinkie should have talked to the Cakes about all this and get proper help. I'll admit, I was being a stubborn mule when I didn't accept any help from any pony that ever buck season a while back. But all Pinkie needs to do is have a long talk, and all her problems are over. All the ponies then began to argue amongst themselves, with Twilight trying to act as Pinkie's advocate, while Applejack, Dash, and Rarity went on to the offensive over her failure to act. The bickering continued until Fluttershy broke the silence with a concerned gasp.
Oh my goodness, what is happening there?
The rest of the friends stopped arguing as they all looked at the incredible speeds and the sheer amount of ponies overcrowding Shukuku Corner. Many of them shouting, but all of them were angry. The 5 friends rushed over to Shukuku Corner to see what was the matter. You silly pony! You forgot my little Summer Breeze's birthday! I ordered strawberry shortcake, not cranberry shortcake. Strawberry! You spilled coffee on my hooves. What kind of service do they got here anyway? I told you, it was his 10th anniversary party. Not the 11th, the 10th.
Well, why is there hair all over my cupcakes? I demand to see the others right now.
This bread is all burnt. What kind of heating oven do you have now? A volcano? We rented this bakery for my Philly's cute Sierra. Why is there a birthday party here already? The chorus of complaints just kept coming, and it was hard for the girls to call out for Pinkie Pie amidst the mob. Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy flew overhead, eventually found her directed to the corner of the gaze at the corner of the bakery. Upon nosing their way close, three non-Pegasi elements were in shock over their pink friend's appearance. Pinkie Pie was an absolute fashion disaster, as her face was covered in white makeup. A large red clown nose was on her snout, and lips covered in bright cherry red lipstick. Her frizzy mane and tail were more ragged and messy, as though Rainbow Dash administered a rainbow dry at her full speed. Again, it's Pinkie Pie. How can you tell the difference between her having a messed up mane now and a messed up mane later? Her outfit was a complete mess, with a service cap scrunched up on top of her head, and the apron was dirty, with spots of various kinds of stains. Her behavior was even more chaotic than her appearance. Sitting down on her haunches, her burl eyes swirled around in their sockets, as she ran her hub up and down her upstretched lips, blowing and making strange noises as her body trembled all over as the shouts kept on coming. Finally, she let off a shriek that put one of the jumping in cold water to shame. As every pony started talking, Pinkie began to giggle crazily, as nervous ticks exploded throughout her face, and eyes started darting around, looking for something.
We need a party!
She screamed at the top of her lungs as she zoomed off like a rocket, knocking part of the mob out of her way as she found her party cannon nearby. Her mad giggles didn't stop as she jabbed the button continuously, shooting out shots of party favorite projectiles from the barrel. The screams of complaints turned to screams of fright as the mob began to stampede out of the bakery, leaving it devoid of life. Everyone was gone, except the rest of the girls.
Pinkie Pie, what are you doing? Stop this right now! Twilight pleaded. Oh, Twilight, so nice to see you!
Pinkie exclaimed with an enormous grin.
Did you come to the party? But I didn't send out any invitations. Oh, does that mean you have a Twilight sense now? Woohoo! No, you'll never complain about how my Pinkie Pie sense works ever again. Not that it ever fails me. This is so cool. Now we can write about our combos and keep a list of them for our future reference. I mean, you're the librarian and all. I love books. Well, not as much as you do, but you get the idea. I really do love to read books on parties and dogs and piles and kinds of food.
Pinkie, stop this right now. You're going plumb crazy, Appleton retired.
Plums? I don't have any plums. However, I do have some prunes that Mr. King will save me to make some juice from. You mean prunes? He said they're good for the digestive system. Oh, maybe you put some prune seeds. Plum trees will grow. I bet it'll be a great seller for clearing out the digestive system, like Mr. King says. Like, you can rename it to Sweet Apple Plum Acres. Sell so much like super awesome for fun.
Pinkie burst out in crazy glee. Applejack muttered as he grabbed the edges of her hat and pulled it down in anger over how crazy her Pinkie had become. Pinkie then looked around and gasped.
The pony is here! Is no pony coming to my party? Well, if they won't come to the party.
She then giggled in a low tone that made everyone shiver.
And the party will go to them!
She then retrieved a bugle from who knows where and started a charge to battle, and wheeled the cannon out Shikaku Corner as he whooped it hard maniacally. The other ponies looked at each other and realized some pony would end up being hurt in Pinkie's insane state of mind. They quickly rushed out to stop her. The scene before them could only be described as being worse than when Discord was set loose. Every single building along the way Pinkie must journey was blasted and decorated with streamers, balloons, and severely spooked out ponies holding party horns and party hats on their shocked faces. The girls never saw Pinkie go out of control like this, and if she wasn't stopped, all Ponyville would be turned upside down. Oh, I just love this. This is perfect. Eventually, they found the source of the biggest chaos in the middle of town square, as Pinkie shot out raining cream pies for her cannon, as she held a silly tune to herself, filling in a mad giggle at every break. Soon, the entire area was covered by piles of cream pies ready to be eaten. Pinkie Pie, stop this right now! Twilight commanded. Stop making those pies and come here before you get hurt.
Twilight, I'm surprised at you, Pinkie Pie chided. Why are you always just a stick in the mud? Does he know the ponies of Ponyville need to unwind from their tight schedules and learn to have fun? Let's party and eat some pie! She then grabbed a cream pie from a large pile nearby and munched on it. However, she didn't notice the spilled cream on the ground nearby and slipped on it, causing her to fall face down on the pie she was currently eating. She then lifted her cream-colored face and mane for all to see. This is enough to make Rainbow Dash lose her composure. Oh, Pinkie, you're so random, she chortled.
The pink pony, however, didn't see anything funny.
So, Rainbow Dash, you throw the first strike by hitting me with a pie, she said with mock seriousness. Of course you know, this means war. Huh? No, wait, Pinkie, I didn't mean to. I mean, hold on a sec.
Sorry, Pegasus protested, as Pinkie Pie grabbed the pie and tossed it right at her. Rainbow was quick enough to dodge the pie, but the throwing arc quickly made the flying confectionery land on Rarity's face. The other elements looked on in abject horror as the designer of Unicorn's face was covered by pie, and then fell to the ground with a clang. Cream and filling were everywhere, and her facial structures were unrecognizable. Suddenly, the two ferocious eyes opened as they went red with rage.
Oh,
She seethed, "It is on!" Using her magic, she lifted the pies from the pile beside her, and launched it right at Pinkie Pie. The maniacal party pony got on and landed on her hind legs. She did a few ballet spins and pirouettes as she hipped around the thrown pies, which instead struck several bystanders nearby. The ponies decided to join in the fracas, or ruckus, as they picked up pies with their teeth and madly began to toss them at Pinkie Pie. These baked goods, however, also missed their mark as Pinkie dodged them with ease and eventually hit even more innocents. The war had begun. Ponies everywhere began to converge in the square, grabbing pies and tossing them everywhere.
oh dear, oh my goodness.
Fluttershy exclaimed. She then flew everywhere as she tried to convince everyone to stop.
Please, it's not nice. This is really not good for you. Think of all the wasted cream and filling and, oh dear, wasted filling is these spicy for you falling everybody.
Her speech was cut short as she had one fresh pie under her head. She then gasped in horror, seeing her pink mare and covered in sticky, hard-to-clean cream, looked in the direction of one who threw it. Rainbow Dash and several pies around her was simply throwing it everywhere, no matter who or what was their targets. All she cared for was creaming as many ponies as possible. Ha ha! Green pie! Fluttershy's bright gaze her scouts gray her teeth.
You mean?
She shouted as she dove into the pile and began to throw pies everywhere as well. Throughout all this, Twilight pleaded for everyone to stop, but soon she got covered under a mountain of cream and pie tins. Applejack simply got into the spirit of things and began to buck whole stacks of pie, launching them everywhere, and even hitting the most skyward Pegasi. Rarity was still using her magic to toss loads of pie towards Pinkie, who was still devoid of any damage as the pie war raged on. Begun, this pie war has. Eventually, about half a dozen shrill police whistles blasted through the air, silencing shouts and stopping the pie throwing in their tracks. Every single last officer of Ponyville Police Department, with Captain Halberd, Lieutenant Buckler, and the mayor himself in front of the group, arrived to end the disturbance. The mouse stopped what they were doing and slowly stepped back. Every pony except Pinkie, who was still shouting and hollering in her addled state.
Aw, come on! The party will never stop! Here, have some pie!
She shouted as she grabbed one pie and tossed it right in the face of Captain Halberd with a loud splat. Silence. No pony dared move or even react as the tin slid off and Halberd's pie-covered face shook in rage. Using his dark green magic aurora, he grabbed a set of hoof-cup chains and managed to snap their emphasis on the mad dancing pony, causing Pinkie to lose balance and strike her head on the ground. That was more than enough to knock her out and silence her for good. The police commander then gave an angry glare to Lieutenant Buckler as he walked away with his two subordinates in tow, as he began to wipe off the cream and filling from his face and horn. Every former pie fighter could only look on without making a noise, as Buckler and the other officers dragged the jail cart approached the downed form of Pinkie Pie. Lieutenant sighed sadly said, Lieutenant Pinkie and Diane Pie, I place you under arrest for public disturbance and assaulting a commanding officer of the Ponyville Police Department. He then turned around as the two officers managed to place Pinkie's comatose body onto the jail cart and wheeled her away to jail. Twilight managed to get out from under the pile of cream and pie tins as he saw them drag her friend away. The rest of the elements of harmony soon huddled close to her as he realized he didn't make things any better by getting caught up in the moment of chaos themselves. They could do nothing but hang their heads low in shame. The morose, straight-maned, dark-hued pink pony shook as he lay down on the cold beds of her jail cell. She had been sleeping for 5 straight days, and finally regaining all the lost energy she had before her hectic work schedule. When she finally woke up, all she could remember before she woke up was the chilly metallic sail's Benz was finally losing control, and this became one of the craziest pie fights ponies was ever borne witness to. Never in her life had she felt so ashamed of her actions than at that moment. She said silently to herself, "This was it." She crossed the point of no return. She was bound to stay locked up for many years, for she knew she pasted the primary police presiding pony on the puss with a pie. I love alliteration. By the time she gets out, if she gets out, she would never become welcome again in Shukiku Corner. Keats would more likely toss her stuff from the upstairs now she was no longer able to work there. But she was positive enough to do so. Twilight would have more than likely kept her belongings safe for her, while Gummy would be in the dependable hooves of Fluttershy. Even then, it was all over for her. No pony would want her face around in Ponyville ever again. Every pony hated her and despised for her what she did to their lives and homes. She was an outcast, a branded filly destined to be ostracized, and in a town as close in as Ponyville, she was better off being put off to pasture. All this because her fear of Mare-Do-Well's identity being found out. It wasn't for that, Bugcake would have stayed and been a night server like she was for the 3 weeks he was absent. Mare-Do-Well. A foolish notion. It should have just remained a light-hearted prank to knock sense into Rainbow Dash's swell-headedness, and nothing more. What has she done that was good for the ponies? Sure, she rescued Twist, was immediately chewed out by Captain Hellbear, who warned her he wouldn't tolerate vigilantes under his jurisdiction. Then there's the fact that the thief had got away with Prairitie's precious son Star, because he decided to rescue a unicorn who didn't even know where the hideout is, because he kept her out of the loop. She was a mockery of justice. She was careless, useless, and worthless. The second she ever got free, she'd go straight to Shukiku Corner, find a Mare-Do-Well outfit, and throw it into trash, and forget her foolish crusade. She was so down to misery, she didn't hear the door open, and an officer stepped inside, as he spoke to her. "Miss Pie, you've been pardoned for your crime by your Royal Majesty, Princess Celestia of Equestria. You're free to go. Come right this way." Pinkie Pie tried to move her numb legs, and heard the tinkling sound of chains. That's when she realized she was still wearing the hoof-cuff chains. These chains allowed the pony the ability to walk, but not run or gallop, as they had been tied in such a manner that any forward movement beyond a shuffle would cause the pony to trip and fall. This also means Pegasi would be unable to fly correctly, without the momentum given by their extended legs, even if the Pegasus aren't bound. Nevertheless, the feeling soon returned to her legs, as she managed to slide down on a frosty bench, and out the cell door, and climbed the stairs leading up to the police station's main floor one step at a time. Upon reaching the top, she kept her head down as she stumbled across the area, hearing voices of the officers at her desk, reports being written, subjects being interrogated, and victims filing their complaints. She didn't care about anything one single bit. She finally reached the station's vestibule, and saw the officer removing their hoof-cuff chains, allowing her to walk freely again. Pinkie Pie looked up and saw the face of Twilight Sparkle, smiling radiantly at her friend once more. The unicorn approached her with a hug, but Pinkie Pie stood motionless. She was ashamed of her actions, and that would take a long time to heal.
"Pinkie, I'm so glad you're okay. Thanks, Celestia, my actions were for naught,"
the purple unicorn said to her darkened coat friend, who remained silent. She then led her outside the police station and off into the starry night. As they walked, Twilight looked at Pinkie Pie, who still walked with her head hung low. Biting her lips, she finally spoke.
"You may be wondering how I managed to get you out here."
Silence.
She continued, "Actually, you have to thank the princess. After you got taken away, I sent a letter immediately to help her find a way to release you. She finally replied an hour later, with both a reply and an official royal pardon, claiming that due to your service for the safety of Equestria, as well as knowing about your schedule after I explained it to her in my letter, you were granted a full pardon as the crime wasn't too offensive. We would have released you out that day, but Captain Hellbear raised such a ruckus because a royal pardon wouldn't excuse a lawbreaker like her, nearly placed Ponyville in this full-fledged riot. Honestly, I thought you were still sore about being hit with a pie. I mean, where's the harm in that?"
Pygmy stayed quiet. Clearing her throat, Twilight resumed. So, we had to take your case all the way to Lunar Court, presided by Princess Luna herself. After a few days of deliberation, Luna decreed that the pardon was binding and valid since you are the element of laughter, and being among the elements of harmony responsible for saving Equestria from Discord's reign and her dark side's eternal night. It really helped to see you used the Royal Canterlot voice for this decree that blew even the stuffed sir's cap off. She further warned that were you not freed, she personally demoted him to get this an officer for insubordination to a royal command. You should have seen the look on his face. Pygmy didn't even lift her head at this news. The purple unicorn sighed. I'm really sorry for what happened, Pinkie. I really am. Is there anything you wish to do now?
My things. Before I leave.
She finally uttered in a voice that was quite raspy since he had not spoken a word during her entire incarceration. Your things? Why, they're at Circular Corner, of course. And leave, why are you... Twilight began, before Pygmy shot her head up and looked at her with anger.
What? You mean my things are in my old room? Why didn't you take them out? Don't you know that the cakes probably fired me over what I did? How could you do this to me, Twilight Sparkle?
She spoke in agitation. Twilight raised her brow in confusion. Then she gave a slow nod as realization finally set in. Oh, I get it. You think every pony hates you for what you did and plan on leaving us. Just where do you plan on going?
Oh, Papa must need an extra hoof to till the rocks.
Already got it.
There's nothing left for me here. I guess I should go back to my old job and stay miserable for the rest of my life.
She answered sadly.
Pinkie, please. You mustn't. You shouldn't. What about...
She stopped and looked everywhere, making sure no pony was eavesdropping. She lowered her head and whispered to her friend's ear.
What about Mare-Do-Well?
At that, Pinkie exploded as she stared at Twilight with rage-burning eyes.
What about her? She's the reason I did what I did, and I paid for it with my job and dignity. I can't believe what an idiot I was to chase my happy life for that worthless nag. Being Hope? Ha! That joke is pathetically feeble. I can't even laugh at it. I just want to go away and forget all about her in Ponyville. Now, take me back to Sugar Cube. Collect my stuff so I can close this chapter of my life forever.
With that, she picked up her pace and galloped towards her old workplace. Twilight's eyes turned serious and worried that Pinkie was about to make yet another mistake. She quickly rode off into a sprint and went after her. Twilight was able to catch and wrestle Pinkie down when they finally reached the entrance to Circular Corner, which, for once since the new schedule was implemented, was closed and no lights inside. Pinkie managed to get out of Twilight's grasp and stormed inside as she ran upstairs in the blinding darkness. Twilight frantically called out as she ran behind her.
Pinkie, stop it! You don't understand, you're not...
Pinkie stepped back.
Sip it, Professor Four Eyes! Now where's my lantern? Why is it so dark?
At that, a bright flash of light blinded Pinkie, causing her to shut her eyes. Rubbing them to get rid of the initial blindness, she opened them up and gasped in horror. There, sitting on her bed, were Mr. and Mrs. Cake, looking sad at her. Beside the bed was the Pony Queen, with her Mare-Do-Well costume still in place. Nearby were her other four friends, looking sad, which were then joined by Twilight Sparkle.
Mr. Cake? Mrs. Cake? Girls, I... Oh no.
Her rage turned to fear as she did jump on the Pony Queen to knock it down, but fed to Cakes for seeing it. A moot point since her employers clearly saw it for who knows how long before she arrived.
Please, just let me explain. I...
Pinkie began, waiting for the Cakes to get off the bed and walked over to her. Pinkie, are you really Mare-Do-Well? The robust matron asked. The straight maiden Earth Pony grated her teeth with a whimper, forward on her mouth, until she finally couldn't take it anymore, as her tears started to flow.
Yes, I'm Mare-Do-Well. I'm sorry I kept this secret from you. I was stupid to keep it hidden from you all. I'm sorry it caused you both so much pain and anguish with my absences and unbehavior. I'm so sorry.
She blurted out amidst weeping. As she cried, she felt a host of her kindly employers hugging her. Now, Pinkie, why should you apologize to us? Heck, we're downright proud of you, Mr. King said warmly. Imagine, Ponyville's a heroic mayor who has saved many grateful citizens, passed up her dam, and Celestia knows what else is nothing but a beloved apprentice and all-around wonderful employee. I was the one who stopped that there carriage from flying off a cliff, and Twilight was the one who passed up the dam. Well, yeah, practically everything else was pure Pinkie Pie, Appleton commented, which made the other girls nod in agreement. Pinkie smiled in her tears and asked,
So, you aren't ashamed of me? You're not sorry about Bug Cake. I was worried if you had to stay with me, see?
Pinkie, don't worry. After you were sent to jail, the first thing your friends did was tell us everything. And then discovered your secret room that had your costume placed in. That's how we finally realized, after your overall absences, happened at the same time Mare-Do-Well did something that you and her were wanting to see. Mrs. Cake explained.
So they told you, didn't they?
Pinkie commented as she gave her friends a cold eye. The 5 ponies laughed nervously as the 4 moved to the outside to signal Twilight as the one responsible for riding her out. Well, you didn't really Pinkie swear me to tell anyone else, didn't you? She said nervously. The pink pony smiled wickedly as he chuckled once more in anger.
Oh, I'll get you for this one, Sparkle. Count on it.
This made every pony laugh, except Twilight, who gulped and sweated nervously. Pinkie, I decided to help you in your alternate job. You're now allowed to leave whenever you wish to go into action. Don't worry if ponies start expecting. We'll handle the other excuses now, Mr. K explained. You can still work as an apprentice baker and daytime server. Bud Cake will again take the night shift. But now we'll give her room to stay in, and not up here. If you told us this earlier, we would have never done it in the first place, added Mrs. Cake. Twilight finally spoke up as he walked to Pinkie. You see, Pinkie, if you did what I tried to tell you... And don't forget me, interrupted Rainbow Dash, as he and the others likewise approached her. Purple Unicorn chuckled. As all of us tried to tell you. You could have saved yourself a lot of worry and grief if you simply talked things over. See, keeping it hidden under the fears of losing everything you hold dear will only compound those worries until they explode. You can never keep your problems hidden. You will have to talk and reach agreements so that everyone ends up winning in the end. That's what friendships are all about. With that, every pony in the room hugged Pinkie tightly. The pony looked down once again as she started to shiver. He then turned to face her, wondering if she was going to be A-OK. I returned to her original bright pink coat, along with her mane and tail puffing back into place, with a big grin on her face, was the reply as Pinkie Pie hugged them all.
Oh, thank you, girls. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. King. I'm so sorry about being worried about all this. I promise I'll never keep secrets from all of you again. This removes a ton of weight off my back, and I feel better, she cried happily.
The hug kept on going, until Pinkie shot up in the air, as the spasm of electricity arced down her spine. She then faced the window with a stern gaze, and every pony wondered what was wrong with her, until she turned to face them.
Time to go to work,
she said with a smile and a glint in her eye. Good luck, Pinkie. We'll be rooting for you, Mr. Cake said, as he got up along with his wife.
Don't forget to lock up when you leave, okay?
Mrs. Cake added, as Pinkie quickly got dressed in her outfit and cape. Don't worry. We'll do for her as we leave as well, Twilight responded, as they all walked downstairs and headed for the door. Pinkie sighed happily. The juggling act was finally over. She was now refocused and ready to fight. But the extra tingles she felt on her spine at that moment. She grinned fiercely, knowing what was happening. The strong gaze didn't leave her face, as she slipped on the mask and placed her hat on her head. Back on the street, the 7 ponies watched Mare-Do-Well leap down Pinkie's window, leaping from rooftop to rooftop towards her target. Twilight saw the King's look slowly fading from the heroic employee, condescending a single tear. They were never more proud of her than that moment. Shady grumbled angrily as he tried to unlock this new safe. Without an expendable accomplice like Citrus Squeeze, it was harder for him to see the dial's numbers, so he had to work even more slowly than usual, to not go past the clicks before turning the mechanism. He then finally managed to open the safe and was ready to grab a blue diamond necklace the mayor kept hidden in there when the door slammed on him, nearly chopped off part of his hoof. Looking back, he saw the angry gazing form of Mare-Do-Well. Shady grumbled angrily. "Oh, it's you again. This time I'm ready for you. Die, nag!" He then whipped out a knife from his saddlebag and clenched it in his teeth before rushing her. Mare-Do-Well was still ready as this bucklefly-clad pony swung a knife at her. She dodged the first blow just fine, followed by his 3 blows. Honestly, she was a complete novice at using that weapon, and the vigilante decided to end this fight quickly and easily. With the next swing as his head turned sideways, he quickly swung a front hoof at his unprotected jaw, and landed a quick jab at him, losing the knife. She quickly followed the strike by jumping up in the air and using his body as a step stool, and landed right on his back. That caused him to buckle under and fall. She ended the fight by landing her rump over his head with a tremendous force, knocking him unconscious almost instantly. Getting up from him, Dizzy quickly made her way towards where the mayor was sleeping, and pounded on the door enough times to keep the sleeping official to wake her up. Hearing her panicked hoofbeats approaching, she quickly jumped out the nearby window to escape. She stood there on a rooftop, overlooking the mayor's residence as lights started to turn on, followed by several officers along with a cart arriving. The officers went in and came out seconds later with Shady in custody, placed his unconscious body on the cart, and took her to jail. No doubt, he soon confessed, and Rarity's Sunstar would hopefully be returned to her. Her last mistake has finally been corrected. With a whip of her cape, she went towards her next point of interest that evening.
Dear Princess Celestia, how are you? This is me, Pinkie Pie. Or rather, my word Spike is writing in the scroll to you. These days, I learned a super really neat important lesson about friendship. Sometimes, worries can get the better of you, making you think crazy, silly-dilly thoughts and cause you to do a bunch of things that would have taken a detour to no town by a rug called understanding if you just talked over. But is the rug really called understanding or byway number 5? I always forget that. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that you shouldn't jump to crazy conclusions about things, just because the mean old worry monsters look and sound scary. Sometimes talking and explaining things is the best way to scare those bad monsters away. You don't even need a nightlight. Twilight and the rest of my friends know just how super fabulous this lesson is, and I should always keep it up in my heart. Dig a hole, dump a key, and forget all about where I buried it. That's the truth. Also, a million, billion, trillion, zillion thanks for helping me out when I was jail. I will never break the law ever again if it means lying in that Wendigo cold as a cell. Your faithful subject, Pinkie Pie.
The Legend of Mare-Do-Well trots along.